Hello girls, how you doing today? I'm so glad that you came over. It's snowy here, it's gloomy. I'm glad gloomy weather doesn't affect my moods or my inner happiness or anything. A lot of people are affected by gloomy days and really it doesn't bother me. So, but it is snowing. It's the first snow today and it did stick on the trees. But anyway, I'm here with hot tea and we're going to talk today just about how you maybe feel gloomy inside and how to make yourself feel happy inside and more content inside, which also helps your glow on the outside. So, but before we get started, today I'm drinking tea and I only had one left. So it's this one here. It's the Mint Medley. It's a blend of Cool Garden spearmint and peppermint caffeine-free tea. It is by Bigelow and it says on the back, "Take this moment just for you." I love that saying. Anyway, we're going to have some hot tea today or whatever you're drinking. One of my subscribers is drinking ginger ale. Sorry I didn't get your name, but drink anything you want and just, come along and chat with me. I'll try not to make it too long. Today's just a little bit about, I was thinking about it yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but the other day, about how your inside can affect your outside and how you feel about the whole day. But before we get started, let's have a sip of tea or whatever you're drinking. This is like, I can just go like this and the spearmint and the mint just goes in my mouth. It's just so delicious. So let's get started. So good. So yeah, we all are on here about beauty. We all know about fixing ourselves up. If you follow my channel, you know I'm all about aging gracefully and taking care of yourself and being the best version of yourself that you can be. I'm a little shaky today. I don't know why. I'm just going to put that out there. And the other thing I was going to tell you really quick, if you see your names dropped on the bottom, I'm just dropping a few names of some of my subscribers as we go along. You'll maybe spot your name up there, just to let you know that I appreciate your comments, and I'm going to try to do that every video. I have done that, but I don't know if you've noticed it. But anyway, you might see your name flash across the bottom. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little shaky today, and I don't really know why. Maybe because Denny's sick. I don't know. Sidetracked. I'm getting off of my subject though. Anyway, but anyway, we've all talked about beauty and how to look the best that you can and how to age gracefully, because that's what it's all about. It's about keeping yourself up, about keeping your skin up, about keeping your exercises up. You know that I'm 82 and that I think, and I've never had a facelift. Oh, for those new subscribers that ask me still, you're getting few and far between though. But I've never had a facelift. Fillers are not for me. I mean, I would love to have some fillers down here. I really would. I said to my husband the other day, he goes, "No, you're not going to get fillers anywhere." I said, "Yeah, but look, these are like really," but I won't. But anyway, I'm not against them by any means, but I'm all about taking care of yourself and taking care of your skin and looking your best naturally, because that's what I'm about. And I think we can all just work on ourselves, and there's beauty products out there that make us feel good. There's wigs, and this one here is Paula Young's D in Milky Way. I know you love this. I wear this wig 99% of the time. You see me, I have this wig on. I love this wig. Just love the rooting of it, the color of it for me. I like it because it's a little lighter. My own hair is just really got dark. I had it done the other day and it was so dark. My husband was like, "Did you dye your hair?" And I'm like, "No, it just got really black." Anyway, sidetracked. Again, I'm sidetracked. But yeah, we all know how to look and feel beautiful. And the other day, I was like, last week or something, I was like, fix myself up and have a lot on my mind between Denny and I got the house to clean and I got bills to pay and my closets need cleaned out and my drawers need cleaned and my dishes up there need to be taken down and cleaned, and my spice rack needs to be organized, and all these things are going through my head. And so I got up, I got ready and stuff, and I just had an ugly day that day. You know how you get those ugly days? And I was like, gosh, got the same makeup on. I didn't do anything different. Then I realized, it was coming from my inside. Not necessarily how I look, but that's how I perceived myself, because I I don't want to say unhappy on the inside, but I was so kind of stressed on the inside because I had so much on my mind to do. And I think when you're not happy on the inside and you're worried on the inside, you lose your outwardly glow. And I've made a few notes that I'm going to just glance on at them because I don't want to miss anything that I was thinking about. But I think you just got to try to make yourself happy on the inside and break away from the things that bother you. Like one of the things that bother me is my time management sucks, if I can say that. I'm the worst time management person. I think about all these things that have to be done, but I don't do them. I just, I procrastinate doing them. So I'm starting to write a list of like Monday or Tuesday or whatever, clean a couple of drawers. Wednesday, clean up my closet. Thursday, each day I'm going to do a little bit of something. Not cram everything into one day, but just do a little bit of something every day. And it takes the stress away and all the mix-up that's in your brain, because it just takes your whole glow away. So my time management really stinks, and I think I'm going to follow my own guidelines there, and I'm going to do things one at a time. And as I was writing them down on the sheet of paper, I was feeling better getting them out of my head and putting them on paper. And I think to make yourself happy on the inside, that's what you got to do. I mean, it's really important. And my granddaughter told me, because I asked her, I said, what do you think? How do you feel about being happy on the inside? And hers was, don't concern yourself with the opinions of others. That's from Bella. And I think that's part of it. We overly concern ourselves about what other people's opinions are of ourselves, and we can't do that because it eats at us. Sometimes social media is bad for that because people are, oh my gosh, they're so opinionated on here. I've got some wonderful subscribers. I've only had I think in all the years that I've been on here, I've only had to block a couple of people that were really mean. And I think it had to do with my facelift thing, that they just didn't believe me and they were really cruel and I had to block them. But on the whole, I'm pretty good. But I try not to concern myself with other people's opinion. And that was a good one from Bella. Thank you, Bella. And I think just smiling more. My husband is, like I told you, really sick, and he's really having a hard time. And he gets up in the morning and he's like this, and it's because he's like this, he's getting more kind of, I hate this word, depressed, but I feel him getting more depressed because he's just so gloomy. I think when you walk around with that gloom and doom, it eats at your inside. So I told him, I said, every morning when you get up, I want you to smile. I want you to have a smile on your face when you bring me coffee. I want you to have a smile on your face when you're getting up, and it's going to help you. So he's been doing that the last couple of days, and he says it does affect his mood. So I think if you smile more, it makes you happy inside. This is another inspirational video, isn't it, for you? You're going to be so thrilled at the end of this. But anyway, I think that's really important if you smile more. And of course, being kind to other people. And not let other people bother you. And again, this falls under, I guess, maybe opinions. I don't know if that falls under opinions, but not let other people bother you. I was a victim of that the other day because Denny went and had lab work done, and this girl was behind the desk, and I signed him in. He was trying to get in because he was out of breath, so he was taking his time walking in. And so she had a bowl of candy there, and I jokingly said, because I was dying for chocolate, I jokingly said, you got any chocolate in that little bowl? Just like that. And she goes, you can go to the store and buy it. And I should have let it go. But I didn't let it go. I said, what did you say? I said, that was rude. I said, I was joking. She says, well, you can go to the store and buy it if you want. She said, I pay for that out of my own pocket. I said, well, you want me to give you $1 for that? I said, you're behind the desk here. I said, you're supposed to be nice. You're very rude. That was rude. And she closed the window on me and looked at me and she said, have a nice day. And then behind the door was like, be nice to people. You never know what they're going through. And I thought, oh my gosh, practice what you preach. She was nice to Denny, but to me, but I caved. I told her off and I caved, and I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have just left it go, but I gave in and I caved because she was so mean. I told the doctor about it and he was upset about it too. So she wouldn't give me her name. I asked her for her name. I said, give me your name. She wouldn't give me her name as she closed the window. I said, you don't want to give me your name because I'm going to report you. So So the devil got me that day, and I should have probably just let it go and just told her to have a nice day. But I think you just gotta get past that stuff and not be like that. And people just aggravate me sometimes. I don't know how they can be mean like that. I would never say, when I worked for doctors, I worked for them for a long time. People used to love coming to the office because I made them feel good, and we laughed and we had a good time. I never was disrespectful to anybody. But boy, there's some out there that shouldn't even be working, I'm telling you. But anyway, I think just being kind to people makes you feel happy inside. And probably if I would have maybe just told her to have a nice day, or said, not getting so aggravated by what she said, it would have made me feel good, because she actually ruined my next 2 or 3 hours. I was just like bummed out by that. I don't know why I let her get to me, and I shouldn't have. So don't let people get to you. Don't listen to me. Don't let people get to you, because it really makes a big difference in your mood and your attitude and how you feel on the inside, really. And the other thing is don't interfere with things that go along or go on outside of your four walls. Don't interfere with, family situations. I'm one that I think I can fix everything. So I interfere in a lot of things, and you really can't do that. I've taken my own advice lately, and I've just shut my mouth because, Gina will tell me stuff or somebody will tell me stuff, and I just want to fix it. And I just give my opinion and try to fix it. And my daughter says a lot of times I do really, really help her a lot with that. But then I think to myself, I shouldn't really interfere. And I think if you pull back a little bit and mind your own business and don't interfere with family difficulties, or if they ask your opinion, give your opinion. If they don't ask your opinion, then just zip it, zip it, and I think you'll feel better on the inside if you do that. I know sometimes that's very hard because us women, we're nurturers, and we think we can help everybody, and sometimes our opinion doesn't matter. So I think you just got to worry about what goes on in your four walls. And I've learned that a while ago too, that you can't worry about everything that goes on outside your four walls. If it doesn't affect you, it shouldn't bother you. It's just like the news. I mean, it doesn't affect my four walls. I know it affects a lot of humans out there, a lot of people out there that are struggling, but you can't dwell on that because you can't fix it. And you just have to forget about it because it doesn't come in to your home. If it comes into your home, it's a different story. But try not to let things on the outside get into your home, because it affects you on the inside, and you'll lose your glow. Trust me, you'll lose your glow. And I think the other thing is work willingly. And that's a quote. Work willingly, like you're working for God or you're working for yourself. And you're not working for somebody else. Do things willingly from your heart that is important to you. So I think if you do that, find out what are some things inside right now that are bothering you. Think about something that affects you, that when you think about you get stressed out, you can feel your body getting stressed out. And right now, like, try to change that. Try to adjust that away from your heart and your inside and your brain, and don't think about things like that bother you. It's just like family. You gotta deal with family, and we all have an Aunt Matilda in our family that really bothers us, but you can't stay away from them because they're relatives. So you gotta kind of cut them out of your brain and just work with them and try to avoid them. We all have people like that. I have friends that I love dearly, a couple in particular, and some things that she says and does make me crazy, but I love her and I love what she does, and I think she's a wonderful person. So I try to overlook those things that bug me and just look at the person for who she is and love the person that she is, and not let it affect me, because when it affects me, it goes inside and makes me unhappy, and I get stressed out, and I don't want to get stressed out. So you just have to get past some of those things that bug you. And if it's just a person that you don't care about and that they've really bugged you for years, then just kind of move on, move past them. Don't let them drag you down. Don't let the devil come in and drag you down, because there's a lot of people out there that are you have as friends that really, really drag you down, and you can't do that. I think especially as we age, we have a better opportunity to swipe people from from us. When we were younger, our kids were younger, we had to be friends with their friends as parents, because otherwise the kids would bully. And so you were forced into being friends with the mothers of some of those kids, and you were in baseball or football, and you were in groups, and you were all together, and you had to laugh with them, and you had to be around them. As we age, we don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to be around anybody that you don't like. We've already done that in our past, and we don't have to do that today if we don't want to. If you can stand them, that's fine. But if they bother you to the point where your insides are just stressed out, then you've got to get rid of them, and you've got to move on. You just have to. You should make the most of every opportunity that you have in this evil world that we have. Make the most of every great opportunity that comes your way. Something that makes you happy. Make the most of that. If getting in the car makes you happy, taking the drive. I love to just get in the car sometimes with Denny and just drive around, look at the sights. That just kind of makes me happy. Until the crazy person comes and cuts Denny off, and then he's just like, he goes crazy. He's a lot better though now than he was, because oh my gosh, before, every time we'd go out, I'd say, we're out for a nice joyride, and you're going after somebody. You can't do that today. People are evil today. You can't go after people that cut you off. You just got to go, it's okay, good, you got this. But I got sidetracked. But I love to just go for rides and things that make me happy, things that calm me down. There's a lot of stress going on in our house. I'm trying to just not welcome the stress, but I'm trying to just not let the stress take over my day and ruin my day. I have to do things that make me happy, and I can't let that stress drag me down. I can't let worries drag me down. I have to come up with another solution when I get worried. Like talking to you makes me happy. I just, because I know that you appreciate me. I know that in a lot of ways I inspire you, and I appreciate this. Like sitting down talking to you today, I needed to do this. I just needed to see you. I needed to chat with you. And those things make me happy. And I do things today, in today's times, that make me happy. And that's just why I glow, because I'm happy. And when I don't have things, or I'm stressed out, then yeah, my glow goes down the tubes, girls. I'm telling you, it just does. And if you're sitting there and you feel bad because maybe you've wronged somebody, or you said something to somebody that you shouldn't have, and it's kind of eating at you a little bit, you need to go and you need to call them and you need to apologize. If they don't accept it, that's fine, but you did your part by going and apologizing to them if you did something to hurt somebody. I don't care if it was yesterday, last year, 5 years ago, maybe you said something and you don't chat anymore, maybe it was a family member, and you knew it was your fault, or you knew that you stepped over the line of butting in where you shouldn't have, or whatever the case may be. We all say things to people sometimes that we don't mean to say. I mean, sometimes I'll say, go home and I'll say, why did I say that? I shouldn't have said that. I didn't want to hurt their feelings. And I'll right away call them or text them and say, hey, that came out wrong. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. And they'll text back, and we'll go back and forth, and it'll be done. And I have to do that because it'll eat at me if I don't apologize for something that I feel that I've done wrong. So I think the whole idea of this video is to just reach inside and be happy. Do things that make you happy. To be happy inside makes a whole difference on how you walk, how you talk. I know I did a video, 5 years ago about walking and how not to determine your age by the way you walk, and walking slow. Of course now we do, but 5 years ago we walked pretty fast. But walking fast and being peppy in your step just kind of changes your whole persona of how you act for the day, and how you feel for the day, and just be more peppy in your step. And even if it's a little gimp of a step like we are today, at least you're trying to be peppy, and you're trying the best to be the best version of yourself that you can be by being happy. Sing, hum while you're walking. Just do things that you enjoy, that put a smile on your face. And when you're out and you see somebody that looks attractive, compliment them, You know, I wouldn't do it to guys because they'll think you're coming on to them. But, you know, there are times when I see a man out there that I think is well dressed or something, I want to say something, but I don't. But most of the time with women, or kids are in the store, or mothers that have kids that are cute, I will say something to them. And, you know, you walk away and when you're kind, you feel so good about yourself. You really do. Those little things, I think, that you can do and change make you really happy inside. And consequently, when you're happy on the inside, you're more beautiful on the outside. That's the whole idea, right? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it helps, and I hope you can reach in and maybe think about something today that you'd like to change. Think about something that, you know, gosh, you know, I don't like this part of me, or gosh, I wish I didn't do this, or I wish I could do this better, or I need to clean my house, but I can't let it overwhelm me. I've got to do a checklist. I've got to be time management myself a little bit better. If those things help you and keep you less stress-free, then by all means do them for yourselves. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm really working on some things. Got a lot of stress going on in the house, but I'm trying not to let it bother me. I'm just trying to react on it and take it as it comes every minute and not let it ruin my glow. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the talk, and I hope you saw some of your names down at the bottom, and I hope you had some tea because it's freezing. I'm freezing today. Like I say, I'm always freezing, and I never got a hot flash, and I wish I did, but that was the other video. Anyway, thanks for coming by. I so enjoyed you coming by, and I hope this helped, and I hope there's something that you can look at about yourself that you can, I don't like that about me, and I am going to change, and I do think that I'm stressed over that, and I am going to change that. And I hope that helps you maybe decide to be the best version of yourself that you can be inside and out. Love you, girls. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, and one more thing. Tomorrow is my Bella's 16th birthday, so let's wish her a happy birthday in the comments. She would appreciate it. I cannot believe she's 16. She got a car, and she'll be on the streets driving, and oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. But she's a good driver, and you just gotta watch out for the other guy. That's all I tell her all the time. And don't drive faster than your guardian angel can fly. That's my motto to both my grandkids. So now I can go. I love you. I just wanted to tell you that it's Bella's birthday. Wish her a little happy birthday in the comments. I love you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.